Good morning, brothers and sisters. How you guys doing this morning? It's a fresh new day, nice and sunny. 8 in the morning right now. Beautiful. Beautiful to start your day with the Lord in your readings. Even if you don't make it outside, just find a place in your home. Get some reading going. Ask the Lord what He needs you to focus on and read, or whatever you're going through, pray about it, and even the night before. And God would like direct you where you have to go in the morning. Like this morning, He woke me up about 5:30 in the morning, and I was all over the place, man. The Lord was speaking, but I'm gonna talk about humanity. I wanna kind of like explain to some unbelievers out there about God. Um, I'm sure everyone's familiar of the beginning, Adam and Eve. Well, after the forbidden fruit, because of Adam and so on, we keep on failing God, right? We keep on failing God. We have taken the nature of Adam, right? And the nature of Adam is the knowledge of knowing good and evil, right? And so imagine like a father having a child, you know, like for me, example, everything that I have done in my life is written, right? Is written in my DNA, right? Is written. Everything that I do is written in me, right? And when you have a child, the child reflects the father or the mother, right? So the child will be in the likeness of the father or the mother, right? In the image. That's what it means, the nature, right? So because of my DNA, or what it has written in the DNA, if a lot of evil is written in that DNA, there's a lot of possibility that evil will be transferred over to the child. That's how it is from the time of Adam. That's why when we come with new generation, and we come to learn about God, everything is new to us, but we don't quite understand it. We're supposed to be taught about our human nature. Our human nature is our body, our flesh is already encrypted in evil, right? Because of Adam, it's in our DNA. This is why even though you don't see God or walk with God, you have the ability to discern between good and evil, making right and bad choices. It's a part of us. How do you know what's good? How do you know what's evil? How do you know if it's good is evil? How do you know it's good is good? You really don't know, but you, over time, as you age, you trying to define it yourself, based on your experiences with the influences of people and in the world, even parenting. So our regular human nature is the nature of Adam, which is the nature of the devil. So even a new believer still live in the nature of the devil. This is why it's hard for us to move 100% as Christ did, because we're not Christ. This is why he says he'll give us a spirit. So before Christ, we're all under the power of the devil. We are under slavery of the devil. And this is why in John, I believe it was John 10, I gotta look at it. He tells us your slavery is to sin. It's in our nature. Well, what is our nature? Is our selfishness, our greed. That's our nature. When God gave Moses the commandments to his people, he gave them commandments: don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, do this, do that, to reveal the nature that they have within them. Those are guides, right? Those are to discipline ourselves not to do those things that we want to do, because we live in selfishness. We live in greed. It's about us as individual. That's how we grow up to be. That's how we are led to continue to grow that way. This is why everything gets chaotic, chaos. Everything, human being clashes head, right? Well, if humanity is an issue, right, the best thing to do is to separate yourself, right? So if you separate yourself from people, right, like say you move into a wilderness somewhere in Bufu land or whatever, and you live in the woods, like you got all you need. You got your vegetables, your plants and everything. You got your shelter. You got everything you need, but you're separated from humanity. So it's only you and your family, right? So the only people you be able to mess up with is the people who are living with you, which is your wife, your kids, right? So you could either sin against your wife or sin against your kids, right? But what if you were alone, right? Just you, no wife, no kids, and you live in the wilderness. You're just there, alone, right? You can't sin against anybody. The only one you can sin against God. And the only way you sin against God, if God is calling you to do something and you won't do it, that's sin against God. It's obedience. So anyways, hope you guys understand that. I didn't expect the gardener this morning. But I love how the enemy likes to disturb things that I'm trying to do. He does it all the time. But I'm going to keep going. So through Jesus Christ, he gave us the godly nature, right? He helped us with the advocate, which is the Holy Spirit, to overcome our evil nature, right? So we discipline ourselves, right? And we, over time, discipline our nature to walk on a good path with Christ. You can't do this on your own. It's hard. You need Jesus. You need the Spirit to discipline. And when you walk on Him, He's more in your life majority of the time for the remaining of your life once you gave your life to Him. So this is why it's not a religious thing. It's about our human nature of the evil, nature of good. It's how to live our life in a Christ-like being. It's like a lifestyle, right? If you go to a different part of the United States or a different country, you see that the culture and lifestyle is different, right? Based on their influences and the way they grew, right? Everywhere you go, they have different lifestyle, different growth, different way of communicating and treating each other, Other country has more honor than others, So it is how we grew up. I might have to take this indoors. Hold on. Drown out the sound a little bit.